Hey guys, it's Avery. So, long time no talk. It's been ages since I have done a video for you guys, and I thought it was about time that I went on to answer a question that popped up in my inbox. Anyways, so somebody wrote me the other day asking me if the reason why I haven't put out much new content on SEO writing is because SEO writing isn't a thing anymore. And I wanted to make sure you guys understand that it is not going anywhere. Every single thing that I said to you guys when I wrote the book is still just as true today as it was the day I published that book. So I'm going to head home right now and I'm going to show you some stuff that I found on Upwork. Because what I found on Upwork is a veritable goldmine of jobs for people just starting out, much like I was before I wrote the book to share with you guys how I did it. So I'm going to go home and I'm going to open up my laptop and I'm going to show you what I found so that you know what I know and are not scared of giving this a try. Hey, and one more thing I want to say too, before I get home, it is natural for you guys to worry about wasting your time because I know there are so many internet ways to make money that worked a few years ago and then they stop and they're useless. Well, I can assure you that SEO writing is not one of those things. I promise you it is not going anywhere. One thing you can do and you should do when you're done watching this video is watch the one I did a few years ago about is SEO writing dead? I filmed that one when we were in Vietnam, and every single word of it is still applicable today. Not one thing that I said in that video is different today than it was then. Sorry, this is my guilty pleasure. Anyways, but I want you guys to know that because I don't want you to not try SEO writing because you're worried you're wasting your time. Because I guarantee you, if you put in the effort and you put in the time and you're willing to do the work, yes, SEO writing is still a very viable way to make some extra money, or heck, turn it into more of a full-time thing if that's what you prefer to do. All right, so I am home. I actually went out to get a new mouse. Here it is. Ta-da! Anyways, not that you care about that. You're here to find out about Upwork and what kind of jobs are on there. So let's open up the computer and I'm going to show you what I have for you to check out today. Okay guys, so check this out. I have collected a whole bunch of jobs that are posted on Upwork from both July. Why am I saying July? May 7th and May 9th. So we can take a look at these and you can see for yourself what is available. And do you know what's really cool about this, you guys? This stuff was better and more plentiful than it was back when I started. So I hope this gives you guys the encouragement you need to know that you're not wasting your time at all if you decide to give this a try. So here we go. I'm just going to start off showing you some examples of entry-level jobs on Upwork, just so you can see for yourself. You're not wasting your time if you want to give this a whirl. Got this one, recurring work if you want it. They're looking for entry-level people. They want skills in SEO writing, so that's all fantastic for folks that want to get into this. This is another one, recurring work, which is great if you need practice. If this is a super low-paying job, that's not the kind of thing you want to stick with long-term, well, that's okay. You don't have to. Maybe just do a few articles and ask for a review and move on. I mean, whatever. There's always flexibility with these things. But these definitely can come in handy if you're the kind of person whose writing is a bit rusty and you want to get paid while you practice. Because, you know, if your writing is a bit on the rusty side, it needs some work, you may have to work at a lower wage for a little longer. So something like this, though, can be great because you can get paid to practice. So, I mean, what can be better than that, guys? And if you do not need it for a long-term type of job, then just do it for a little bit, get your 5-star review and run and move on to higher paying work. Here's another one, more recurring work. They specifically want somebody with experience with SEO. They want somebody who knows how to optimize articles to be search engine friendly. And these are the kind of entry-level jobs I talk about in the book. You see, this is $5. Now, once you get experience, you're not going to even look at these. You wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. But when you are just starting out, this is the kind of job you want to grab. You want to go and do one article for this person, knock their socks off, make it amazing, so they'll just be absolutely ecstatic with what they got for $5. You'll get a 5-star review, which is a win for you, and then you can move on. And typically an article like this, if you're already pretty decent at writing, I mean, maybe you'll knock this out in an hour or half an hour, whatever. So it's not like it's a huge time commitment on your part. And even if your writing is rusty, well, look at it this way. If you were to go to college and take courses, they're not paying you to learn. Here, at least you're getting paid to learn. So it's still not a bad deal considering you're starting out with no experience, no credentials, and no contacts, right? And let's go on and look to this one. This is somebody looking for a web content writer, entry level. And this is another one that's more than 6 months. Now, this one doesn't specify an hourly wage. You can kind of get an idea of what they've paid out to other freelancers in the client's profile info here. But again, they're fine with somebody who's entry level. So you can look at a job like this and send an application and see what happens. And you're going to be showing them your samples that proves that you can write to make up for the fact that you don't have a degree in writing or anything like that, and see what happens. You just got to put yourself out there and apply for these kind of jobs. Okay, now here's one that's golden for somebody entry level. 30 blogs per month. Now, can you imagine, depending on what you're getting paid, I mean, you can make an estimate here, but add up how much this could earn you. 30 blogs a month, 30 articles a month. I mean, if you're getting paid $10 an article, that's $300 a month from one client. And they're down with an entry level freelancer. And that may not be something you would apply for when you're brand new to Upwork. Do something like that $5 job I showed you earlier. I know $5 an article is pathetic, but you're getting paid to learn. You're getting paid to get a little bit of experience on your profile, and realistically, sucking it up and doing, 2, 3, 4 of those kind of articles, just a few for a few clients. It's very little. Gets you those 5-star reviews you need to then move on to better work like this one, for example. And again, you're getting paid to learn. So with this one, if you're able to do one article every single hour, you're going to make about $16 an hour. Not half bad. Let's say you're really fast because you've been practicing a while and your typing speed is great. Well, let's say you do 2 an hour, you're going to be making $32 an hour. Not half bad at all. And worst case, let's say you have a lot of work to do to improve your typing speed and just practicing getting articles together, and let's say it takes you 2 hours to do this article. You're still making $8 an hour, which is better than minimum wage in most places, and you're getting paid to learn. You're getting paid to practice. So it's not a half bad deal at all. All right, so here's another one, product content writer. This one too, it's more of an entry-level job. This is the kind of job you might do after you've done a few super cheap articles, like I talked about in the book, right? I paid my dues, I did my small number of $5 articles and stuff like that. But then I moved on to stuff like this. So this person, they're going to hire for 30 hours a week. You can see their average hourly rate paid. Now, this person wants somebody with a bit of experience here, at least 100 hours on Upwork. So this isn't something you would take super early on, but eventually you would get to a point where you would qualify for this. And in fact, even if you didn't have 100 hours, even if you only had a few hours on Upwork, but let's say you had like 10 reviews already from other clients, somebody like this might still look at you. They might still consider you. And as you can see, they haven't really had a lot of proposals on this job, like less than 5 people have applied. So that goes to show you that there hasn't been a ton of people who met this criteria that they were looking for. So that gives you a chance to slip in there and maybe convince them with your writing samples and the reviews on your profile that you're worth hiring. Here's another nice entry-level one for beginners. This one too, they're paying hourly. This client looks like they're a bit newer to Upwork, but you'll notice they do specify SEO writing jobs. They want somebody with experience with SEO and how to add those keywords to the articles to optimize them. They want perfect written English. They want you to be able to meet deadlines, happy to use hyperlinks and keywords as advised. Hyperlinks, that's just adding a link in the article. And that is something you can Google. If you've never done that before when you're writing something online, I promise you, you can Google it and you will find out how to do that in whatever software program you are using. And I promise you, it is not difficult. So you don't have to worry about that. But this is a nice job for somebody who's a beginner and wants to get a little bit of experience. All right, so let's say you've done a few lower paying jobs and now you're ready to move on. You can see there's still a lot of intermediate rate jobs available on Upwork. This one, they want somebody who knows how to SEO optimize an article. So as you can see, they're very specific. They're not saying they want any old writer. They want somebody who knows how to SEO an article. Here's another one. SEO writing is specifically requested. They want you to incorporate SEO keywords. They're very clear on that. It's another intermediate level job. Here's another one. Again, they do want somebody who knows how to do a bit of, they mentioned small SEO tools. You can always clarify that with them. Typically this kind of thing, they're going to want you to add a keyword to the article, but you can reach out to them and find out exactly what they want. And here's another one. They want an SEO content writer. SEO writing is mentioned again down here. So again, as you can see, there are lots of people still looking for people who can do this kind of work, because it is never going anywhere, you guys. All right, and here is another one, intermediate level, $60. They are long form articles, 2,000 plus words. So it's not a massive wage. However, imagine if you wrote 2,000 words for them. That works out to about $15 per 500 words. So that's not bad for an intermediate level price. If you can write 500 words an hour, that's $15 an hour. Not bad if you're just starting out and you don't have much experience yet. And they do want somebody that knows something about SEO writing and that kind of thing. Here's another one. They want someone who knows a thing or two about SEO writing. They want a minimum of 4 articles a week. So that's great for you because that means recurring work. So this one, they're paying a little less, $8 per 500 to 600 words. And what I will tell you guys, again, Upwork is all about gradually working your way up. Realistically, if you're going to start out with no experience, no contacts, no credentials, you know you're going to have to start at the bottom of the ladder. You're not going to be able to just, jump up to $30 an article when you have nothing to show that you deserve that rate yet, right? So it's perfectly reasonable to start off like I did. I worked for $5 an article. I think I even did one for $1.25. Would you believe it? But if you're willing to do a really good job, even though it's kind of crappy pay for those ones, you're going to get a 5-star review very easily. So you imagine 3 separate clients, 3 separate $5 articles, or if you go really low, like I did, $1.25, you're going to have your reviews. So now your profile looks much better because real clients on the platform have said you're awesome. Then you can move up to something like this, $8 an article. Again, if you do 1 article an hour, that's $8 an hour. If you can do 2 articles an hour, that would work out to $16 an hour. It all depends on how quickly you can type. But again, it's all about just gradually climbing the income ladder on Upwork. Then eventually you can move on to jobs that pay $10 an article like we've seen, or $12 an article, and eventually $20, $30 an article. You just keep gradually working your way up. Here's another one. They want weekly article production. They want somebody who knows about SEO optimizing articles. They do not want somebody who has no clue about that stuff. So if you can tell them that you know how to add keywords to an article, you know the importance of using them properly, all of that gives you an edge over a regular writer that doesn't know any of that stuff. Now, imagine you keep moving up, you get more experience, you can apply for a wider variety of jobs. This is somebody who's looking for someone with expert level. They're willing to pay higher rates for the most experienced freelancers. So somebody like this is someone who's worth reaching out to, and you can see their average hourly rate paid. This isn't necessarily only writing jobs, but nonetheless, you can see they're not somebody who pays $5 an hour to the people they hire on this platform. They're somebody who has a bit of a better budget. So, there is a potential to get better paying jobs on Upwork, even though some people will insist it's not possible. That is simply not true. There's definitely potential there. And here's another expert level job. They want somebody with skills in SEO writing. Here's another expert level job, SEO writing. They want to start with 100 articles. So again, anybody that says or worries that there's no demand for an SEO writer is completely flat out wrong. There's absolutely demand, and it's not going to go anywhere because Google uses keywords in articles to figure out what they're about. And let's face it, most small business owners do not want to write their own articles on their websites. So they hire it out to somebody else. And here's another one, expert level. This is a $1,000 job. They want you to write 50 or more articles. Like, that's not half bad, And they want somebody who has some skills with SEO and keyword usage and that kind of thing. Here's another one, SEO writing, expert level. They want you to be familiar with SEO and keywords. We're getting to the end, guys, but I just really want to drive home the fact that there is still plenty of opportunity here. Here's another one, expert level. They've got a $500 budget. They want somebody who's familiar with SEO optimization for articles. It's kind of a cool job. They want somebody to listen to their podcast and then create an SEO article from that info. So rather than Google to get information to write your article, you would listen to their podcast. So that's kind of cool. And that's it. So you guys have seen there's still tons of opportunity here. So please don't for one second think that just because the book was written a few years ago that SEO writing is gone. It is not. It is absolutely 100% still a thing that you can pursue for a side hustle or turn it into a full-time business, whatever makes you happy. But seriously, do not for one second fail to take action on the stuff you have learned about SEO writing because you're worried you'll be wasting your time. I can assure you it is not a waste of time. As with anything else, you have to practice. You got to put in the hard work, but it's seriously one of the easiest methods of starting an online business that I personally have ever done, because it costs next to nothing to get started. All it costs is your time. And if you're willing to do the work, you can definitely get your income to rise over time, and you continue to work on your speed using the resources that I provided to you as an Inner Circle member with typing practice and all that other kind of stuff. You know, the wage can end up being very, very, very good. So keep that in mind. And if you guys want to try it, do it. Just do it, do it, do it, do it. I cannot say that enough times because it's just a really cool way to make a buck. Last but not least, if you are watching this on YouTube, please do not forget to go down to the description and look at the link for Is SEO Writing Dead? It's a video I made a while back, but every single word of it still applies today just as much as it did the day I filmed that video. So keep that in mind and give it a watch, and then you can decide, is SEO writing something you want to do or not? But if it is, do not for 1 second let fears of it being an outdated way of making money hold you back, because it is not an outdated way of making money. It is still in much demand and it is much needed. So that's it for today. I hope you found this video useful to you, and don't forget, take action. That's the difference between those who get what they want and those who don't. You got to take action if you want it. So please go for it. Bye.